This is what I was asking. So it's going to switch.
Well, good evening, everybody. This is Nancy, and this is our wonderful, wonderful guest co-host, Carl here. We are live, or actually, we are recording this event at the Action Palace here at Palm Beach, at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, conveniently located at 1111 North Congress, right across from the airport. This is the Saturday main event of the Pub Poker No Limit. And Carl, we got some introductions to make before we get to the action. What do you say? And once again, we are recording this for you guys to see at a later time. In a few hours tomorrow, you'll be able to watch us. So let's get to our table. We're going to show you the players, and Carl and I are going to be able to introduce them to you.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Nance. Nance has dealt me quite a few bad beats in my time here at the Kennel Club. But here she is today announcing with me. It's going to be awesome here. Final table, all-star final table.
Carl, come on, move in a little bit closer here. Carl, you go and tell us about who's in C1 here.
C1, Conrad Atkinson. He deals for us on Thursday nights at Charlie's Bar and Grill in Stewart. And his wife has an all-star career with No Limit, won many accolades, including a Special Olympics tournament right here at the Kennel Club, as well as a bar leader and the numerous Bahama tournaments, and also finished third in the BPO Vegas. Conrad is into motorcycles, and he's self-employed. He's starting this tournament with 910,000 chips. He has won a few Bahama tournaments, but he's never won one of our major events, a bar leader, a main event. So this is a huge chance for him to gain the throne in his home and bring home a trophy where he can put it next to all of Jennifer's trophies in the house.
This is the way to do it. Carl in C2.
You want to give Jamie the money so she can pay them out? You want to give Jamie the money so she can pay them out?
It's going to be Otto Davila, and his hometown is West Palm Beach. Nickname is Otto Matisse.
I thought it was 300.
His occupation is DJ, and he is starting right now with a stack of $560,000. And Otto, Carl, you wanted to say a couple words about Otto.
Yeah, Otto's our neighborhood DJ. He's also won a few Bahama tournaments, but never final tabled a major event. So this is a big day for him, and he's DJed some of our big parties with No Limit. So we're excited to see Otto at the final table.
In C3, Carl, who do we have?
Kit Benedict. Kit is a former main event champion for Palm Beach County. During COVID, we had a couple of smaller main events because we wanted to be safe, so we only had 4 or 5 table main events. We split them up during that period, during the pandemic. And now here she is trying to win a 255-player event. It'll be our second main event that she's able to do it. And Kit's husband, Mark, also deals for us. Her hobby is she's a bass player. She's into engraving and graphics. She actually works she does some engraving now part-time for our trophy shop, Baker's Trophy. I'll give a shout out to Baker's Trophy. They're awesome. Jay and Jill over at Baker's, great place to get your trophies if you ever need some trophies. Her largest poker score is a royal flush in diamonds. That's her best poker hand. And her favorite quote is "Not this time, Satan," which is pretty awesome. I actually saw a wristband that said "Not this time, Satan" recently. 810,000.
Great. Carl, we want you to kind of move a little closer here so you get in that picture. Anyway, at seat 4, we've got Ed Hager, and he is from Peppersville, Pennsylvania. Nickname is Valar Mongolis, and his basic quote is "more money." And Ed is starting with a stack of $235,000 today. Carl, anything else you want to say about Ed?
Yeah, Ed ironically also deals at Charlie's Bar and Grill in Stewart. It's a very funny final table. We've got bars from all across the state of Florida, but Ed and Conrad deal together at Charlie's, which is pretty cool. Ed's a great guy living in Jupiter and dealing and playing cards in Jupiter and Stewart.
Wonderful. Carl, I believe you're going to introduce me to who's sitting in seat 5 today. Seat 5 is Mary Foster, is that correct? Hometown is Jensen Beach. Nickname is, you go right ahead with the nickname, because Mary Foster's in seat 5, Carl.
Yeah, Mary's nickname is Ace Anything. I guess she likes Ace Rag, Ace 2, Ace 3. She's all about Ace Anything. And her hobby is poker. And Mary actually also plays with Ed and Conrad at Charlie's. It's one of her bars. She's also won a main event in the past. She won our main event in Stewart 3 or 4 years back. a solid poker player, and her largest poker score is today. This is the deepest one she's made in a big event. And her favorite quote is, "I don't want to go up. I just want to be at Toys R Us."
Oh, that's pretty fun. She started today with a stack of 330,000, I do believe. We got to keep Carl in the picture. We got to make sure you're in the site. And then in seat 6, we've got Sharon, I think is that Lamirski from New York. Hobbies are poker, which we love to see. And starting with a stack of 450,000. Carl, anything you want to add to Sharon?
Yeah, Sharon's one of our shortest stacks. She did have a slightly larger stack a little bit earlier. She knocked out one of our fan favorites, Angela Ford, who's taken the year at hiatus. Came back to No Limit this year, dealing the #1 venue in the company, and also co-dealing, and also playing this main event, making it to the final table, or almost making it to the final table, making it to the final 3 tables before Sharon took her out by cracking her pocket jacks with ace queen.
Ow. Seat 7 now. What do we have in seat 7?
Seat 7. And let's see, we had some action. Did someone race here? No, they're just calling. We're trying to see. So far in the poker action table, we haven't seen too many big eventful hands. That's why we're doing all the introductions. But let's see if we have any eventful hands here.
Absolutely. We're going to get the intros down and then go back to the game.
Sharon, Jack 8 of diamonds. She may make a move here. I know Sharon loves these suited connected type hands.
And just so everybody knows, blinds are at 40,000, 80,000, 80,000.
Right, so that's for those people who are keeping track. That's 200,000 chips to play a hand at this point. Just this fold your rotation, 160,000 in the big blind. Dina just shoved A7. We have an all-in situation here.
We certainly do.
Now, Andre's one of the chip leaders. Andre won the No Limit Open here at the Palm Beach Kennel Club a few years back. $10,000 first place prize.
And we recall we were here.
Good luck, Dina.
Did you deal that final table, Nancy?
I was here. I've been here for 20 years, Carl. I've dealt almost every table there is.
Every big event. And it's funny, they've got Conrad listed as Conrado. That may be his new nickname. His real name is Conrad, though, for the viewers.
I like that. I like that.
And he's not supposed to.
But once again, we are recording this event for you guys to review.
It's a bad habit in
later
poker. We do it.
Yeah,
We look at.
tomorrow.
We should never
In
look
a
at
few
pictures.
hours. And once again, we're at the PBKC Kennel Club, Palm Beach Kennel Club, right across from West Palm Beach International Airport, and conveniently located here at 11.
Sport. That's why they call it a transvestite. It's the reason it has that name.
We do have in seat 7, just to finish our intros, in seat 7 we do have Paul here, and he's from the Gardens here. Paul, his hobbies are poker. His occupation is electrician. His largest poker score was
My money is in the pot
1.
already.
And
I
his
got that
favorite
much
quote,
left.
deuces
Scare me.
never
I dare
loses.
ya.
We
I
better
dare ya.
tell
Try and scare me.
Stefmo, she's the big pocket deuces girl.
Deuces never loses. Paul Hare.
And he's starting with a chip stack of 1,370,000. He is currently the chip leader in this tournament.
Yes, Paul Hare, solid player. He's won our bar leader, numerous other events, been playing with us for over a decade. One of our first dealers. He is a super solid player. I can tell you almost for sure with this chip stack. I don't want to jinx you, Paul, but I gotta just say it because you are that good of a player. That this almost guarantees you top 3, barring some sort of a flopping a straight against someone else sucking out with a flush, and them having like a super huge stack. But other than that, I'm predicting you making final 3 here minimum.
You heard it here first, Carl's prediction. In seat 8, we have Dina from Palm Beach Gardens. She is a nurse, starting with a stack of 515,000. Anything you want to add, Carl?
Yeah, it's amazing. We have 2 No Limit Open winners at this final table, which is incredible because we've only done 4 No Limit Opens. So there's only 4 No Limit Open champions in the history of the company, and 2 of them are sitting at this final table.
And it's awesome.
Isn't that amazing? 255 players, and 2 of them are here again. And Dina's solid player has won a No Limit Open. She plays right here locally in West Palm Beach. Solid player. And it's going to be tough for this field, for anybody to go deep in this final
We
table.
got a pretty impressive field. Seat 9, You tell us who's sitting in seat 9, Carl.
Seat 9, our other No Limit Open champion. I mentioned it earlier. So we're sitting right next to each other, two 10K cash winners of the No Limit Open trophy. Andre Neighbors. He, we have a Hall of Fame that we haven't really done in a few years. COVID kind of also set us back with that. But every year we try to do a Hall of Fame, and he's at this point probably going to be a candidate. I think he might have won every single event we do in this company. He's won a No Limit Open. I think he's won one of numerous Bahama tournaments. So
That's
one of the winningest players of all time.
That's impressive.
Yeah, his hometown is New York, by the way. His nickname is Dre, Andre. So Dre is obviously a nickname for him. Poker are his hobbies. His occupation is a train conductor. And his largest poker score
It's 510,000, I think is what he's rating.
510,000.
That's
I don't know
not
if I'm
bad.
reading. I'm not sure if he's rating 10K or 510K.
We're going to put him, it's between either 10K or, it looked like 510K.
It does.
But we'll see. We'll check with Andre.
Just check it out.
But he is starting with a stack today of 710,000. And just so everybody knows, we are actually, all these players are in the money. It's going to be paid basically first and second are in 1,000, and seats 3 through 9 are going to get 300 apiece. And they're playing for the joy of playing this great game. And it's here at the Action Palace Palm Beach Kennel Club. And they said, hey, come on down and see us. Just you can hop on a plane, hop on a bus, take your car, drive and see us. We got Carl here. We also have another guest appearance going to be made right now by this young man named Debonair David, coming in to take my place. So me and Carl are going to do a little bit of extra viewing for you.
Yeah, and before we do that, we're in the middle of a huge hand, the biggest hand at the final table so far. Paul Hare raised to 205K. He's got a big stack, so he's playing a little more aggressive than he might normally do with ace 10. But he's got Ed Hager all in behind him with ace 9. Mary Forster, who's short stacks all in with deuce 3. She was the big blind, like I talked about. Half of these players are, a third of their stack is in when that big blind hits them. The big blind's 160.
Oh my God, look at that.
Wait, flop is ace 9. Wow. It's one of those suckouts I said that the only way he could lose.
Hearts. Can I save the flush for a later hand?
Wow, so Ed Hager makes a flush and 2 pair against Paul Hare's ace
Can I
10.
save the flush for a
And
later
Mary
hand?
is going to be going home with $300.
You can save the flush for later.
Looks like Ed was a little short stack there.
Oh, maybe it's a misread on our part.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell from
Hold on, we can't see from
What
this.
the hell were you thinking? Oh, you were big blind. You were big blind. Yeah.
Yes, Mary is going to be going home with $300, which is fine, and play continues.
And just to go over this week, the payouts, while it has it listed for the viewers, these are most importantly not just the monetary value, but these are vouchers to play in the $200,000 BPO Florida. I'm sorry, BPO Vegas. And they're guaranteeing first place $100,000 cash prize. So you think prize pool may reach over $400,000. So those vouchers, even though it's $300, it's actually entry into an invitation-only tournament in Las Vegas. Everyone at this final table is going to be invited. The top 2 with their $1,000 prize, you use that for airfare and hotel, and to play in that tournament in Vegas. And hopefully we'll bring that tournament back here at the Kennel Club next November. We had a $138,000 event here just a few months ago, part of the Bar Poker Open, all part of these $300 vouchers.
Right, we're just going to say we had the national event here that went so superbly. It was great action, great play. Once again, we are at 40,000, 80,000, 80,000 on the blind. Hand 7 is in play, and I'm going to switch over right now and bring David in to take my place, and I'll see you guys in a little while. Still there.
Seems like a lot.
Thank you so much, Nancy. And if you guys don't know, Nancy is the most fabulous dealer in the world. She dealt me more quads than all the rest of the dealers combined. She's just so awesome. Every time I sit at Nancy's table, if I'm short stack, 2 minutes later, I'm the big stack. Come to the Palm Beach Kennel Club, have Nancy deal to you. You won't be disappointed.
That's amazing. I love Nancy as a dealer too, but she's never dealt me quads.
Well, because she doesn't like you. Nobody likes you, Carl. They love Nancy.
Hell, no, we got to get it together. You know what I'm saying?
We're moving on to the next stand here now. So who's your odds-on favorite for winning, Carl? Who's your odds-on favorite to win? I know you know everyone. I know you
already
like
put
everyone.
it out there. And even though Paul Hare just took a bad beat with his ace 10 against Ed's ace 9, it's not just because he has a chip stack. He's also a super solid player with a chip lead. He knows how to play that chip lead.
I played with Paul for many years, and it's no puzzle to figure him out, even though his right arm is a puzzle tattoo.
But I gotta say though, Conrad and Dre again also sitting on huge stacks. Like I mentioned this, before you came on here. This final table is an all-star.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I dealed to Andre Thursday nights at Buffalo Wild Wings in West Palm. He started at 7 o'clock there. He comes in and plays every now and then. Solid player, just like you say. We got a lot of solid players in here. You always not knowing who you're sitting down with. You got a tight player, you got a loose player, you got a crazy player. We got a bunch of great players here at Final Table.
Yep. And here's Ed all in. Let's see what he's got. You don't see his hands. He's got ace thrag. Oh, he's all in for 305K. So yeah, he was a short stack in that previous all in we saw against Paul Hare.
Now does Paul call for how much more? 225 to call. I think Paul get away from the 9 deuce. There he goes.
Yep, it's hard. Like I also mentioned this earlier, the math here. And for poker players out there, this is not. This is typical of any high stakes cash tournament. In a lot of situations, a one-day tournament. If you're playing a multi-day tournament like a WSOP multi-day, your blinds won't be this disproportionate to the average stack. But at this final table, the average stack is only about $500,000,
Right.
and the big blind is 80 to 160,000.
Right.
So
and the blinds are going up every 20 minutes. So yeah, you got
pressure's
to pick a
huge.
hand. You got to pick a hand and go. Sometimes you can't wait for pocket aces. Sometimes you got to take that 7-8 suited and jam with it, and either hopefully everyone folds or you get lucky on the flop. You got to take those chances on this second tournament.
Exactly. And it's also because it was the money bubble. This particular final table, there was a big jump from 10th place to 9th place in terms of money. So the players played super tight, super solid players all the way through really the final two tables. All solid players. And they played tight, which also led to the fact that we had these super short stacks at this final table compared to the blinds.
All right, 100,000 for the big blind. Yeah, we're at 50,000, 100,000, 100,000 big blind to any. I'd like to remind everyone, too, here at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, a lot of great action at the tables, but also a lot of great action at the paddock room. They got comedy nights coming up on February 17th. They got Jack and Kevin Flynn will be performing. February 21st, Andrew Dice Clay going to be in the house. And then on March 10th, Joey DeVito, if anyone watched the Greg Gutfeld show, 11 o'clock on Fox weeknights. He's on there periodically. He's a comedian, actor, producer, very funny guy, along with the rest of the clan there at Gutfeld, including Cat Timp and the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Tyrus as one of the guests on there quite often as well. It's a great show, great fun, #1 late night show in the nation right now.
Right, we got a tough spot right now here, David. Sharon went all in for 250,000. Paul Hare has ace jack. It's only 200 for him to call. He has a pretty good stack, but at the same time, he knows he's thinking this through because if he loses his hand, he's going to lose his chip.
Right, and Otto behind him already raised to 200. So if he calls, Otto's calling for the other 50 because he's got pocket fours. He's not going to fold.
But the pot odds are
more.
there for him too. It's such a tough spot. I mean, he actually has if he knew the other hands, he would definitely call, but he's afraid if he's up against ace queen, he's dominated.
Well, the best thing if he calls at 250 because it's not a full raise.
Correct.
Otto can only call.
That's correct.
So it's not like Otto. So he knows that. He knows that option. When he lets the ace jack go, I don't think I could have done that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have done that.
Only because the pot odds are so huge there. It's 200,000 to call. But like I said, I told you the tough spot there. He's a solid player. It's still a third of his stack. And that's the problem. These blinds are so high that even these short stacks shoving for three or four big blinds, it's still a quarter of his stack.
Right. And she's in the small blind, ace deuce. Probably getting away from that. Yeah, she got away for it. And now Otto's got to call for 50. It's an insta call because it's 50 more. He's got 200 in. There's no way he's folding. We're off to the races here. We got pocket fours.
Paul is not going to be happy right now. Let's see if he's happy at the end of the hand. But right now, he's not happy seeing these two hands.
You got king, queen suited, offsuit rather.
Oh,
open-ended straight draw. Looking for the 9 of the ace.
And Paul would have the top pair.
Does not happen. Pocket fours are going to take it.
Pocket fours.
Sharon is down.
And Paul would have had a double knockout and a huge chip up.
Yep. But look, he doesn't react. He's not reacting.
You see that? Yep.
Yeah, he's not saying, "Oh, I would have won." You know what? You didn't play. You can't win if you don't play.
It
Nice
really is
round of
incredible
applause.
to watch that Paul is completely
Stoic.
emotionless
Yeah, right.
on this situation.
And that's the way you have to be. You really have to be.
That shows experience. Really.
Absolutely. I've always loved being at a table with Paul, whether I'm dealing or playing. He always makes the game great. He's a solid player. Definitely one to watch.
And we've all been in this situation before. His ace 10, you weren't here. I don't know if you didn't see this, but just a few hands earlier, his ace 10 lost to Ed's ace 9, and maybe that was playing in his head a little bit.
Yep.
Like had he won that hand, he probably
Ace 10 didn't win. Is ace jack going to be any better?
Right.
Yep.
And he doesn't want to chip up the short stack.
No, of course not.
Again, it's definitely a board line. Ace queen, I think he would have definitely called. Ace jack, ace 10, it's a net. That's why they
So
call
Ed in the cutoff, king 4 out. Paul from the button is probably going to fold his a3.
Dina's an ace jack here, so we'll see what happens now. Dina's short is definitely going all in.
I like the way Paul doesn't insta-fold everything. That he takes the same amount of time each hand. That way you can never read whether he's really going for a bluff. He's counting out chips, Carl. He's counting out chips. Oh! If he raises anything, she's got to jam.
Yep.
She's got to jam with the ace jack.
Now he almost has to call even with the jam.
No, he only called 100. He only called. He didn't raise. He's looking to make a button move. No.
He raised the 200.
Oh, it says raise. Originally it said call. Okay,
I can tell
250.
because you can tell by the colors there too.
I'm colorblind. I don't see color. Are you kidding me? I'm there one time. I was playing downstairs in the cash game, and I thought I bet 15, and the dealer goes 35. I go 35? How did I get 35? She goes, well, 2 reds and 1 green is 35. I said, what green? Thank God I didn't fold it.
You guys hear that?
230 to call.
A little loud. Too much. Turn down.
Why would it be 230? Oh, he raised to 280. I thought it said 250.
Yeah, she's only the small button, so she's only got 50.
Yeah. She's got a jam or fold. You can't. There's nothing else. And she does actually jam it all in.
Paul is going to be just.
Now Andre's got to get out with 9-5. He can't call.
She's only. It's only 100,000 now for Paul. He has to call now, and he's going to be very. He may fold here just because he doesn't want to show his cards. What's he doing? Now Andre's contemplating his 9-5.
No, he's not. He's Hollywood. He's Hollywood. All right, Paul, you got a call?
He is not going to be happy with this as he says jack.
475 all in.
No, 375. It's 375.
It says 475 right there. Am I reading it wrong?
Oh,
It was 375 for him for Andre to call.
call. Okay.
She's all in 475, so
he
it's
can't fold.
it's 200 really to call,
He's going to fold it.
or 195. I think he lets it go. The tension.
It's brutal for Paul. This is
Right.
forehand. Three of the last 5 hands.
Well, you see, there you go. He took the opportunity from the button. You know, sometimes you're on that button, you're up against unknown hands in the big blind and the small blind. And how often does the big blind and the small blind wake up with a hand, right? So he thought he could bet him off and just steal the blinds. Cost him 280 in the process.
100%.
Yeah.
That's it. He was not betting on his hand. Obviously, he was betting on the small blind, big blind not having a hand.
Right. He was playing position.
Which is very chip leader, so Andre's not going to mess with him because he's not going to go big stack against big stack.
Right.
He really only had to survive. Dina's not waking up with something.
And she did the right move, though. She did the absolute right move. Ace jack, you're short stack. You're not going to wait for aces. You can't. This is a game where you got to make a move when you have a hand to make the move with. That was the hand to make a move with. For those of you who haven't played in our league before, by the way, if you want to find out about us, it's NPPTpoker.com. We're all over the state of Florida. We're in New York, we're in Colorado, we're in North Carolina, we're in Tennessee. Where else are we, Carl? Everywhere.
We're in Staten Island, New York, and Long Island, New York, to be specific, in the New York regions, and we're all over Florida. I don't think you mentioned Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Southwest
Jacksonville,
Florida, Naples,
South-
Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Treasure Coast.
Palm Beach County is our biggest area where there's at least half a dozen to a dozen places to play any night of the week.
Here we go again, Paul. Let's see if he sticks. He's been half the stack here.
100K to call. Does he go to 250 again or 280? Raises 280 again. He's not going to be able to fold to any raise this time, though. He's got way too much in the stack. You know, if you get half your stack in, if you can put half your stack in, put your whole stack in. That's the way I look at it. You know,
Well, she really thinking.
suited connectors from the button. She's got position post flop. Does she think the 280? Does she think he's betting light again?
Oh my God, she made a move.
She
Oh,
made the
she
call.
just called. I thought
Nope,
she
she
went all
just
in.
called. Nope.
I thought I read her lips, so she's calling.
Jack 8 off to the raise and the call. You're in the small blind. You're in for 50. It's another 230 to call. He's got to let that go. Go to the big blind 10-3. He's going to be out of there.
I made it. It's not a 99-cent dinner.
He's not calling. You can't call big blind 10-3 suited. He's
What are you talking
He's
about?
looking. 180 more to call. He's defending. He's defending the big blind.
Wow.
I don't know about that.
There's a lot of money in the pot.
Can you imagine if 2 10s come out? It's going to cost him everything.
Well, I mean, yeah, he doesn't know his 10's not even live.
Yeah. Oh, look at that horrible flop.
Wow.
I tell you what, if he checks, Paul's got to shove.
I think so too.
Paul has got to shove to protect that.
It's really hard, but that's the experienced player move. He's the
He is.
leader. He took control. Nobody bet.
He
It's
let
really
out.
hard though.
Yep, he let out and they call. So you know they're not that strong. He didn't get re-raised.
He should have insta shoved. He's out. He's doing it.
Right. He should have never looked back at his hand. He should have just slid him forward.
He's gun shy because of what happened to him the last 3 or 4 hands.
And Dina's there counting chips too. So you know it's like, Come on, Paul, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
I mean, he's
There
still.
it is. There it is. There it is. There's the shove. Told you that was a perfect play.
I know. I was with you.
And Paul's.
I'm surprised it took him that long to do it, but
Well, you know what?
it's still good though. It works.
Right, and like I said, that's what I said about Paul earlier. He doesn't do things. He doesn't snap call.
Yes.
He doesn't snap
Everything
fold. He
60 seconds.
takes his time. So, and that's the player that's hard to read. The player that does the same thing every time, every way, by taking that extra time. You don't know if he's got it. You don't know if he's bluffing. You don't know if he's drawing. You don't know anything. He's very hard to read because he is, just like you said, he's stoic. He's a statue, and you can't read a statue.
This is really great. I mean, it's great that he was able to pull that move
Mm-hmm.
that he needed to make. Like I said, it's tough when you lose 3 hands. It's easy to say when you're coming to the booth, but when you're sitting there and you just lost
exactly.
3 out of 5 hands,
Yeah, exactly.
and you're like, now your tournament life is on the line. If someone flopped the deuce, he's out from chip leader to out in 5 hands.
Yep.
It's like that's poker.
But it's 460 to call,
Look at
1.5 million in the pot. She's got to let it go. She's nowhere near that. And I don't see him calling either, because that's going to be all in to call.
Yeah, he's got no chips.
Right, there it goes.
Calls back in action.
Yep. He's not going to show his cards. Oh, I think you say you want to see one? He's offering her to see one. Pick one. I think he's like, oh, yeah,
That
yep,
one,
that one. That one? You want to see that one?
Oh,
He
look,
shows the
pocket
10.
10. Pocket 10. That's the message he's trying to send.
That's right. Now he's trying to get into
send
somebody's
the
head.
message. I had pocket 10s.
You know, I was watching I don't know which one online, something on YouTube, and one of the players said to the other players, he goes, hey, let me have this one, you can have the next one.
Yeah, one of them.
And I thought, oh, that's a great line. I'm going to start using that now and then. So I was playing downstairs at the cash game here at the Kennel Club, and I flopped the nut flush, and I bet out, and I said, let me have this one, you can have the next one. So the guy thought I was just BSing him. He jammed on me. I snap call. There's $700 in my hand that quick.
It's amazing how. This is Kit under the gun.
Kit with the Cowboys.
Oh, there's so many ways to play this. Is
What's
she gonna limp? Is she gonna shove? Is she gonna raise?
That seems like a lot.
You could.
She only raised. She min raised. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, if I'm under the gun, yeah, she's UTG. Under the gun, aces and kings. That's the only time I'll limp in with aces or kings. It's under the gun. If it's an action table and I really feel like somebody else is going to raise, especially with aces, I'll limp in with them. They raise, jam over top. You're going to win most of them.
Yeah. This table's not really playing that way, so I think every table's different. This table's, like you said, if it's an aggressive table, you definitely limp and you hope that someone makes a move. But this table, as tight as they're playing, I would have bet 3x.
Yep.
Because it's like you're not
at least 2.5, but not min.
Yeah, because now you might get like a jack deuce may end up beating you.
The pocket sevens.
Oh, Conrad's going to be all in here.
Small blind, yeah.
She ends up getting the same result either way. No matter how she plays, this is the result. Because Conrad's short, and he's jamming no matter what.
Yep. And he jammed over top.
Yeah, he's short.
Now, Otto lets it go, and of course, snap
I
call.
understood what he was talking about.
And he's going to find out the bad news.
He doesn't get recognition from friends.
I don't remember. Did anyone else fold a 7 or a king? I wasn't watching that part.
Did not see.
Yeah.
Did not see any sevens.
Here's the flop. Wow. 7 and a 7 only. Does not happen. Pocket kings. Bye, Conrad. Thanks for playing. You did good. Made final table.
Congratulations, Conrad.
Yep.
Great run.
Thank you.
Solid final table.
So we're down to 6.
Where's the ace?
Wow, Dre here.
Why do you call it?
Still, this is the third final table Dre's at in the Color Club in the last 2 years.
Oh, he's absolutely solid player. If you got a last longer bet and you want to pick somebody, he's one of the guys.
Brittany's birthday is the 4th, so good, but you got better. Today was her hangover day, and yesterday was not her birthday.
I'll give him a chance. Is it?
All right. 6 players left. Like I said, 3rd through 6th, I'll get in the $300 towards BPO events. 1st and 2nd getting 1,000.
Why it works for me?
Every final table is a great final table because even when there's people here who I've never seen before, or people I've just met or newer players in the league, it's still great because it's great and exciting to see a new player have the opportunity to get this deep.
Right.
But this particular final table is something special because there is, I don't even know, 150 years of bar poker at this table. No, maybe 150, but maybe 100.
I'm that old. They are.
I mean, Andre and Paul alone, over 30 years of no limit bar poker.
Yep.
Just those 2 guys alone.
God, yeah, it's been more than 15 years since I started.
Yeah, it's crazy how long.
Oh, but it's been one hell of a ride. And you know what? It's still the person to thank for all this is really Chris Moneymaker. Because if Chris Moneymaker hadn't won in 20 years ago, in 2003, I think bar poker may not exist, but the poker booth. Kid's got the cash again.
Is it back to
really?
back?
Yes, it's back to back. Holy smokes. Back to back Cowboys. By the way, are the Cowboys playing today or tomorrow? I think they're playing tomorrow.
Yes, Cowboys are playing tomorrow. Look at this. I can't. The Otto. This is.
And she's in the big blind.
And she didn't. She also didn't go all in.
She's in the big blind. No, it says raise to 200. Is everyone calling?
Yeah.
That's got to be the last hand.
Look at this.
Pocket fives. Everyone missed. Otto's first to act. I think he. This is option.
You know, he didn't raise
checks.
already. I think he's going to check fold. I called this earlier tonight. Otto is dangerous because he's playing for real today, and most of the time he's either just playing reckless, or he's drinking a lot and playing reckless because of that. And today I said, wow. I said, this is a dangerous Otto today.
Yep.
And the way he played these deuces, honestly, is almost like a professional. The way he played that hand.
Yep. There it
He
is.
limped with deuces, flat called him in raise. He had 2 different opportunities to
And she shows the kings again.
Yep.
That's just amazing. Back-to-back Cowboys. All right, for all you sports bettors, looks like the Cowboys are winning tonight, so place your bets for them tomorrow.
Yeah, bet on the Cowboys. So again, just to go over in the Otto situation here, he had pocket deuces pre-flop. Action came to him. He's in a small blind. He could have raised. Nobody raised. There was only one limp.
Limped in.
He sat in a small blind with only the big blind and a limped Andre, and he did not shove, which is shocking to me. Then she min-raised. It came back to him. He had the opportunity, and Andre flat called. He had the opportunity to shove again and try to represent like he was slow playing aces. He didn't bet. Then the flop came Jack 5-5, which is a great flop for a pocket pair.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a pocket pair, only
The
a jack
likelihood-
or
right.
aces or kings can beat you. You could even bluff with deuces. Somebody with pocket sevens is going to fold.
Yep.
So you can make a move there, and he didn't. He just sensed that Andre, that he was probably more afraid of Andre than he was of the kid at the time. But he sensed that one of them had a big hand or hit the jack. So
There you go.
I mean, kudos to Otto for 3 times to have a shot to shove, and he didn't pull that trigger.
All right, looks like Andre's raising on the cutoff with Queen 10. He raises to 250.
Yeah, everything going good.
And Otto got out. Back to Kit. Oh my God, Kit's got another king.
5 out of 6 kings.
She lets the king 8 go from the small, and we're going to Ed in the big blind with 10-3 suited, and he lets that go as well. Got some really solid play going on here. Really solid play. Looks like they're going to be coloring up some chips. So they're going to take a minute. Once again, reminding everyone, if you want to know what's going on here at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, you go to their website, pbkennelclub.com. You can find out all about all the great shows. For all you golf enthusiasts, Gary Player is going to be here on Monday, April 17th. Of course, a World Golf Hall of Fame member. For all you, like I said, golf players, Gary Player, one of the best in the world. He'll be here on Monday, April 17th. To get tickets for that, just go to pbkennelclub.com, and you can get to meet Gary Player. It's not an autograph signing event, but it is an event that, like I said, you get a chance to hear and talk with him. And we got Dina going all in with pocket sevens.
Yeah, one of the greatest players of all time. Gary Player, one of the greatest golfers
Yep,
of all time.
Hall of Fame.
So, earlier I predicted, Paul guaranteeing the top 3 here, but seeing the momentum shift right now, this is, poker's a momentum game for sure. And
You think Otto calls?
Well, Kit and Andre here have a lot of momentum in this table so far. Andre's just been card dead, which that's good sometimes. It keeps him out of trouble.
Oh, yeah.
And Kit's on fire.
Well, I remember playing in one of the events here that we had, one of the No Limit events years ago, that the first few blind levels, I did really good, chipped up really nice. The next 3 hours, card dead. I played one hand in 3 hours. It was an ace king that I shoved all in with. I got called by pocket queens, hit my king on the river to survive. Got down to the final 4 tables as a short stack. Went from 4 tables as a short stack, 3 tables a mid stack, 2 tables, one of the chip leaders. Ended up at final table, 72% of the chips in play. Just the most amazing run I've had in poker, to go from that short of a stack to that big of a lead. Just to get to final table. So like I said, this can go any way for any one of these players. Any 2 cards sometimes just pop up at the right time against the other right hand. It just makes it. You can go from worst to first almost instantly sometimes.
It really is instantly.
Yep.
It's literally one hand. And if you get 2 calls, even the shortest stack, especially again when the stacks are so close like they are now, you go all in, you get 2 calls, you're chip leader.
That's right.
Even Otto's only sitting on like 400,000. If he triples up, he's at 1.2 million.
Yep.
Practically.
Paul in the small blind. Hey, Paul wanted to give a shout out to his kids, Devin and Chance. So if you guys are watching this, Dad says hey. He's playing for you guys. So Devin and Chance, Dad's doing all right.
Cool.
All right, he calls 75. The blinds are up, by the way. We hadn't even mentioned that. 7,500, 150.
A lot of pressure here.
Now, Paul again, first to act.
Dina, shorts.
She hit the 4.
Yeah, I didn't mean shorts. Like I mean hit bottom pair.
Yep. And she's showing it too.
She's showing it.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Never doing that.
Not bottom pair.
No.
Not bottom pair, because it looks like she went for chips, and it looks like she said the amount she wanted to bet, and that's why Paul threw his hand away.
Yeah.
But again, we can't hear exactly what they're saying.
I'm going to say Dina, great bet, but not a great show.
No.
Let him
Great
think
bet.
you have mid pair with a 10 kicker.
Right. You know,
Let him think you have mid pair.
or even king jack. You know.
Yeah. I don't think you want your opponent to know that you're capable of making a bet with bottom pair, bottom kicker, especially
And
to
no
make-
other draw.
Right, and
Just
not- yeah.
just bottom pair. Not like she had a
I
backdoor
don't think you
straight,
wanna give
backdoor
that
flush.
information.
Yeah.
Unless you plan on never doing it again. That's the only thing. If you're never going to do
Making
it again,
the same bet with the nuts.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Set them up for the big game.
yeah, if that's her intention, then that's great.
I don't think I've seen auto fold this many hands in a row.
Never,
Ever.
never.
I mean, this is what I call he's doing laundry. Fold, fold, fold.
I've never heard that expression.
I came up with it. That's
That's a
mine.
great one.
That's personal.
You own that one?
Yeah, I own that
That's
one.
awesome.
Also, he's playing tighter than a rusted bolt on a 50-year-old lawnmower.
Oh, we got a situation here. Okay.
Is Paul gonna jam?
Paul is playing so bad against Dina, it's unbelievable. Now, if he jams, she shouldn't call, but you never know. All in.
No,
I think he said all in.
I think he did
He
too.
did. Now,
Yep.
Dina's supposed to fold here, but she has his number for some reason. She's definitely supposed to fold. She's going to pocket pair.
What did I say? 1 million.
I know.
Loving this. Oh, this is so awesome. Yeah. 925 to call. She is calling.
Wow.
Oh. So Andre's just got to
I
get
just
out of
said
the
she
way.
has his number for some
Right.
reason. I don't know.
But you know what happens with luck? Sometimes it switches sides. And this might be the hand that it does. He's got to dodge 2 overs and the clubs. So,
And I like the all-in by Paul, for sure.
oh, absolutely.
If he had only bet half the stack, then he'd have to call when she raised, and you'd be second guessing. He played it perfect.
And look at that. Misses. 7 will be deadly.
Oh.
Ace on the river. Oh, look at Paul.
man, he's-
Look at Paul. All right. Hey, Devin and Chance, your dad played great. All right. Just
Yes.
know that. Dad played great. You got an awesome dad. He did good.
1,000%.
But the pieces of the puzzle just fell apart for Paul.
Yeah, not his fault. I mean, he made the right bet. I'm just, I'm shocked. I called it before she called.
Yeah.
I said, here we go. I'm like, I saw the cards. I'm like, I know he's going to ship it. He was on the button. He's got 6s. He just wants to get the hand over with.
Now, one of two things.
Decides to
With
call.
Andre still behind, because Paul was on the button. She was in the small blind. She still had Andre behind. I don't make the call. Either I'm folding or I'm going all in, because I don't want to pick up a hitchhiker in Andre.
I'm not even calling.
Right. Well,
Andre's
but the
behind.
point is calling is the worst thing you could have done in that place.
Well, it was 1 million. Andre was almost covered by that bet.
Right.
It was
But
almost-
still, what if he wakes up with aces? You know, or
But-
kings,
yeah, that's why I
right?
was-
Something wakes up with something bigger, because, like I said, it does happen. So, being sandwiched in there, the move is either fold or all in. It should never be called. It should never be called. It's either fold or all in. Protect your hand, because then you're only going to lose 1 million and not everything.
First card.
It's 100% isolation.
I'm sorry.
Yep. Up, dead in the cutoff with an ace 10. Look at that.
4 or 5 hands. He should be something different.
150 to call.
Yep. You got Otto in the big blind.
All in.
We don't know what he has yet.
He's super
And he
short.
does.
Donado's going to have to call whatever 2 cards he has.
Right? Dina's out with
He's all
king
in
4.
for 230.
Andre, jack 10. He's going to get out of the way.
No, he might call here. There's a slight chance. It's a very
Oh, it's
short
only
open.
230. It's 155 to call. He might. He's got the stack to do it. Because he's going to be in the small blind. He's going to be on the button next hand.
Yeah, and Otto's short, so it's not like Otto can ship it on top.
Right. Nope. He
Good
does
fold.
get out of the way.
I mean, it's the right fold, but it's a tempting hand to play.
Right. So it's 80 more for Otto. That should be an insta call. You know, because like I said, you got 150 in.
But like
Are you
I
going to
said,
let the
he's
150 in
laundromat
go
now.
for?
He's the laundromat.
Right. But
He
you're,
has to call.
but yeah, for 100, you got 150 in, and it's 80 to call. You're not going to let 150 go for 80. You got the pot odds. You got a big card. You know, his 4 could win it, just like Dina. Oof. There's the ace. It's all over. That's a double up.
Aces and trays with it.
That's a double up for Ed.
I don't know if Andre has played a single hand. That's my opinion.
Oh, he had to have played some of them. Oh,
I think he might have just flat called once, and then someone raised and called. That's
Right.
about it. I don't think he's seen a flop.
well, like I said, if you want to get in on some of this great action right here at the Palm Beach Kennel Club, but don't think you have the budget to play big poker, come play with us. No Limit Pub Poker Tour. Go to or NPPTpoker.com. We're like every night of the week. Just here in Palm Beach County alone, there's at least 6 to a dozen places to play every night of the week. I deal at Buffalo Wild Wings on Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Also deal there at Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. game. And Smoke In on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. It's a cigar shop, great cigars. Got a great group of people there at that crew. And the Buffalo Wild Wing crew, it's great there too. Actually, one of the best servers ever in poker, Kelly, that works at Buffalo Wild Wings. Every 10 minutes, she's at the table. Anyone need anything? Anyone need anything? It's fabulous, Carl. You want her serving any location.
Training.
Oh my
location.
God, absolutely.
We have a couple all-star servers out there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The difference.
Exactly, because even though if you're not in the hand, you still want to see the action. You still want to know what's going on, right? You don't want to have to go to the bar to get a drink. You don't want to have to try and flag down a server. She's at the table constantly. Kelly, I'm going to have to let you watch
kudos
this.
To Kelly.
Kudos to Kelly. And Rocky, the general manager over there at Buffalo Wild Wings, thank you for everything you do to make a great venue over there as well. You know what we should do? We should have one of those big tournaments there, one of the player appreciation parties.
At
What do you
Buffalo?
say? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna do it soon.
Yeah,
It's a
that'd
great
be awesome.
central location right off 95.
Right.
Not far from the Turnpike.
It's Okeechobee Boulevard. It's an
central
exit
Palm Beach
from both 95 and the
We've done one
Turnpike.
before. We did a huge event there. A couple
Yep.
of huge ones.
Yep.
We did. I think Jimmy Rivers did his birthday party there like 4 years ago at Buffalo Wild Wings.
That guy's still around.
In Long Island, it's his bar leader event right now.
Long Island.
Although he's watching the Giants as we speak. But his
Oh,
bar-
absolutely.
his bar leader was-
He's a giant fan.
Yeah,
Let's
he's-
put it like that. Giant fan.
Well, that's a great line.
We got a
Trademark that.
10-6,
You
a
gotta
10-7, and a
trademark that
king 2. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Everyone's got a gut shot straight draw.
Yeah, everyone's got a good shot. Right
King
now,
high.
King High is ahead.
King high. Oh, my God. Put a 10 out there. They both get a pair.
Someone hit
7? Yep. Kid. Oh, my God. Does she bet?
She shouldn't, but let's see what she does.
She checked. All right. Everyone's got to check
There's an
behind.
all-in player, so there's no reason.
Otto got eliminated?
Yeah,
Was
right
he
now.
all in?
He's all in, short stack.
Oh, my God.
Otto,
Oh, my God. What an unbelievable.
Otto, I'm going to give kudos to you, Otto. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed by the way you played this final tournament, and even all day watching you play cards. Very impressive.
Do you know how many how many other players had you as going to first out in this tournament? All those players that lost on a longer bet, Otto killed them all.
Why are they? Wait, did Otto take chips back? So he's eliminated, right?
It said eliminated, but it looks like he's still got chips in front of him. Well, there might have been a misprint. Well, we gave him kudos too quick.
Yeah, maybe he had 10 jack. Maybe. All right, sorry viewers. The monitor might have been wrong.
Yeah, it
That's
might have
all I can
misread his
say.
hand.
Yeah, the monitor may have misread the hand. We saw that he had 10-6.
Yeah, we got a bigger screen over there. Maybe you look over there next time.
The monitor said he had 10-6, and the monitor said eliminated.
Yep.
But apparently, it looks like he still might be in there. So maybe they must have misread his hand. He must have had 10 jack or something along that line.
Yeah, 'cause he's still got chips. Look, he looks frustrated. I can't see that. There it is.
So Ed flopped open-ended. But Kit has middle pair. Wow, she checked. Ooh. It's the same result though. I think
Yep.
Kit should have bet her middle pair in the first place, but it would have been the same result.
Oh no, she did bet. Or she called his all in.
All right, here
I'm
we go.
losing track of what's going on here.
Yeah, sometimes the monitor's wrong, and you have to catch up to it. It looks like she holds and Ed's out.
Yep.
Like I said, Kit is
Ace
clearly
nine.
the momentum player at this table.
Oh, she's just running the table over between her and Dina. It's her and Dina heads up at this point.
Yeah, that's how it looks. At least the momentum, for sure. Like you said earlier, luck can change on a dime.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now, the momentum's Dina and Kit. Ed well played. Again, the cards played the hand there. Sometimes the cards play themselves.
Yep.
So it's a limp flop between the blinds, and one flop's mid-pair, and the other flop's open-ended. So it's going to be
Well, actually, Dina was down to 3 chips when we were 3 tables, or had just gone to 2 tables. She was down to 3 chips,
telling me that.
all in blind. One that won 3 hands in a row. I come back to the table and I'm looking at all chips. I said, "Didn't you just have 3 chips a little bit ago?" She goes, "Yeah, but I won every hand, 3 hands in a row. Triple up, double up." And here she is now, final 4 from 3 chips. You know, the old chip in a chair story is true. It can happen.
It definitely is. And the one thing that there's a mathematical logic part of the chip in the chair. That's why the pros say, oh, when you're 10 big blinds, you have to play a lot more aggressive. I don't believe in that. I think it's another great part about bar poker. It teaches you. I call it micro stack, small stack play.
Yep.
But you know, the math is pretty simple. If you're small blind and you're all in the small blind, you're going to 6 tuple up. You're not going to double up. You're going to 6 tuple up because the big blind ante and the big blind alone are 4 times your blind. If even one player limps, you're 5 or 6x, and then you win one more hand after that, and you're back.
And next thing you know, you're chip leader.
Right. you go from a half a big blind to 15 big blinds in 2 hands.
Yep. Worst to first.
I typically say it takes 3 hands. 3 hands in a row with some action, you can go from like short stack to chip.
Do you actually know how the chip in a chair story actually happened? It was in Vegas, and I wish I could remember the guy's name, but he pushed all his
Like
chips.
Stan or something.
Yeah, he pushed all his chips forward, and the other player called, and it went to the river. As the guy got up, he picked up his drink, and out of his napkin fell 1 chip. Because he didn't say all in, that chip was still live. And with that 1 chip, he came back and won the tournament.
Hold on, we're going in. That's amazing. I didn't hear that story.
Yep.
Or that part of the story, at least.
Wow. Kid flops us straight. She flopped us straight.
She's all in.
Against
Yeah, she has
2
she is.
all-ins?
She's going all in with an all in. All right.
Dina folds.
Why'd she go all in if she flopped a straight?
I don't know. She got called.
She might have action from. No, Andre was already all in. I didn't see what. I didn't
Is
see.
there a flush draw? She doesn't have the flush draw. That's why.
Oh yeah, the spades, I guess.
Yeah. She only had 1 spade. Maybe you don't want to test your luck.
Again, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Not that I'm the super pro of the world, but in my experience, especially in the not WSOP level play, if you flop a straight, you have to slow play it and not be afraid of the flush draw because the reality is the flush draw is calling you anyway most of the time.
Right.
If you jam on the flush draw is probably going to call. So, again, that's just my 2 cents for the players out there. Value bet the flop, and then if you get scared on the turn, then maybe make your big bet or your all-in bet. Most flush draws, especially, again, low, $100 buy-in play,
Yep.
$200 buy-in play. Most people don't.
Here we go. Otto's a short stack. He's in the big blind.
Kit is just dominating.
Between Kit and
Kit and
Dina
Dina,
both.
yeah, Kit
Now,
and
of course, Dina's got to raise. You're 3-handed. When you the less players, the more you have to open up your hand range. And this is a perfect hand to raise with. And she's putting Otto to the test on his big blind
He has
with
no
a
money left,
10-3.
but he's supposed to call. Call Otto. I know you've been folding all day, but this. You have
Is
to
he
call.
still doing laundry?
You have to
Is he
call.
still doing laundry? Will he fold? He calls. Oh,
And 3, so he has to call.
he has to call.
See, I think it read him wrong. I said Jack.
Yeah, that's a face
The
card.
computer is
computer is reading
tens
it
and
wrong.
jacks.
Yep. And the queen didn't matter. She didn't need it. Just had to dodge the jack or the 3.
They're heads
She
up.
did. And we're heads up.
Kit and Dina just,
And Dina from 3 chips is now heads up.
from one small blind. She had.
No, she didn't even have
Not even a small blind.
She did not have a small blind. She had 3 chips,
Like
and it was
3,000 with a bunch like 4-8 or something.
at least. Yeah, she didn't even have a small blind.
Like 3,000 with a
She
bunch
didn't
like
even
10.
have a small blind. She did not even have a small blind, and now she's heads up. Chip and a chair, and this is incredible. But this is like we said, Carl. The momentum can change. Any 2 cards, all of a sudden you start to hit by the deck, and it's like we talked about earlier, not on here, but destiny hands that doesn't matter when they go all in. they're going to go all in, whether it's pre-flop, on the flop, turn, or the river. Certain hands play all in no matter what. You got aces versus kings, it's all in either pre-flop, on the flop, whatever. You're hardly ever going to ever see either of those hands fold anywhere there. Unless, of course, two aces flop and you got kings and you can put that person on at least one ace. That's the only way you're getting away from the kings. This is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So now this is a total different game right now. This is heads up, where it's more ATC playing. I'm going to bring Nancy back in here. My good friend Nancy, the best dealer, the dealer who deals me more quads than anybody in the world.
Dave, I love you. You're awesome. We love you.
Love you
so
too.
good to see you.
Oh, and it's awesome to broadcast with you. Here we are, heads up.
Yes.
Let's see how many hands this takes.
Dina was roasted.
Dina, before we got here, when she was 3 tables, she had 3 chips. She didn't even have a small blind. Not just a big blind. She didn't have a small blind. 3 hands in a row, all in. She wins each one of them. Triples up, doubles up. And now here she is.
Brings us to the point of taking the chairs.
Yep. Now we talked about that story, the origin of it, and the guy that chip fell out of his napkin.
I watched a couple of players come from the dead zone and all.
This is so exciting. I love it.
It's been great. We're on hand 25 here. Lines are at 75K, 150K.
That big line in.
And these two girls going to be taking home 1,000 each. And one of those lovely trophies.
Let's see how this plays out.
Alright, now they're 1 and 2.
And again,
Oh, look how they got the trophies perfect on the camera.
look,
It's like people know what they're doing around this place.
we want to give a shout out to amazing dealers, Kathleen and Michael, who were Michael's in the box as well. These guys did a great job. Also, shout out to Jamie, our tournament director, Mike
Yay, Jamie.
and Donnie, who have been running the tournaments today. Also, our great production staff, which includes Brent, Mike, Sue, and our newcomer, production team, Sydney. Couldn't do it without you guys.
You know what? No matter what happens here, every time I've ever been here at the Palm Beach Country Club, as a player, the staff here, I just really the best staff around. I've been to the Hard Rock down south. Will not go back.
There's nothing
Will
that
not go
beats
back.
this place. I'm here for 20 years. Let me tell you something. It is some of the best dealers, best from management down the line. It's unbelievable. It's a transient business, but in
Oh,
this
absolutely.
situation, we have kept long
She's all in.
such as myself, because it is that relationship.
You were here since poker was invented, weren't you?
Yeah. You know, and I've been playing it since before it was invented.
Really? Before they used cards,
Before they
right?
had cards,
Before
man.
chips were invented.
Don't
Yeah,
go
that's
there,
right.
Dave. Don't go there. I got a few stories to tell. I got a whole mess.
It wasn't me.
Oh,
Oh,
hand 27.
wow. And now the blinds.
At 100,000, 200,000.
Oh, my goodness. The tension. And putting the trophies out there just adds to the tension.
These two girls, they're all about action here.
Right? I was thinking on the side.
Located at 1111 on so convenient.
Absolutely.
Calm down. See, great tournaments, great cash games. We have great events. We got comedy nights coming up. I mean, February 17th, February 21st, everybody's play.
Joey
And
DeVito.
on March 10th.
Oh, I definitely want to come see Joe.
And they will be featured in our restaurant. Attic, right adjacent to the main building. Award-winning chefs, great cuisine, just can't beat it. Go to PBKC.com. Also, we got lunches with the legends. Doug Cooley coming up and Gary.
Yep. all the greats. This is the place to go. I was here one night playing late, and all of a sudden there was a big to-do going on. Comedian Kevin Hart comes in here to play. Every time he does comedy at the Improv or anywhere, he comes here.
We put together A-listers. We put together a game for him.
Yep.
We've been doing it for a few years now.
I remember Jerry Yang being here and playing after winning the main event, the WSOP.
So, you know, Kevin Hart, what a
Nice guy. And actually, he's a pretty good player too.
He's a great
He's a really good player too. I love the one he bluffed Daniel Negreanu. I saw that.
Oh my God, what a best.
I love Daniel.
What? Not only that, he's a real generous guy. He takes care of the dealers.
Absolutely.
He's a super nice man.
Like I said, you never know who you're going to meet here at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. If you're lucky, you'll be at a table Nancy's sealing at. That's an honor and a half. An honor and a half.
Thank you so much. I'll tell you something, it's always a pleasure. I love to see you.
Oh, yeah.
We can rock it.
I'm at a table, I see you walk by. I go, when you coming here? When you coming here?
The quad tens.
It's the quad tens. Yeah, I beat aces, pocket aces, and pocket queens.
Everybody betting
She
into
flopped quad tens.
Everybody betting into you.
Oh,
That's the dream, man.
it is the truth.
When they bet into the nuts,
Yep.
you sit back and pick it all up.
Yep.
Carl wants to step in there. I don't.
Nah, you don't want him.
Carl doesn't want to step in.
We just, I mean, still amazed. Dina was down to 3 chips, and now she's heads up as the chip leader right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at there. She's got a 10. She hit the 10. Queen 10, king,
Right in the window.
right there in the window. She's up against Kit with pocket 5s. Yeah. Now does she bet? 600K in the pot.
500,000.
She's going to bet just under, and Kit folds. Smart bet, smart fold.
Hey, it's all about the
Yep.
value. Make yourself
All right, 200. Start right now.
any 2 card.
ATC.
David, this is a real pleasure, a real joy.
Oh, Nancy, I couldn't have asked to be with someone better than you. It really is. I've like I said, every time I walk in here, I always want to see where you're at, and figure out which rotation the dealers are going, so that I can get into the rotation. So you're coming to my table.
You know what? Hey, all you guys, come on down.
Absolutely.
Come on down and see us. Here we go. Kid with pocket deuces. That's my girlfriend, Steph Mo's hand. Representing Steph Mo.
And she
Steph
flops an
Mo.
open-ended straight draw.
Steph Mo with the deuces.
And she got the straight. She got the straight.
Rocking it out.
Unbelievable. Like I said, from 3 chips to a stack and a half. There she's betting out again.
Yeah, 14 outs.
So far, how
Well, last time that Dina had the hand, she bet $500,000. This time she only bet 300,000, but still she folds. Kit's playing solid. She's letting those pairs go. She had 2 pairs in a row. They're so low. The board was so high. Any bet that Dina does,
Any
Kit's
card,
been folding.
Any other
Yep.
card beats.
Been absolute solid play from the 2 of these. Really, the entire final table's really played kind of solid.
10-8 of clubs against Jack 4.
That's a good hand to be raising with. She just calls.
Let's see what happens.
There you go. Jack high still in the lead. Now the problem with Dina hits the jack, though, it's going to make Kit the straight. So you got to watch out for those. Sometimes you hit the card you think you want, ain't the card you want.
Always be wary.
And there's the 10. Oh, soon now there's the 9. I thought I saw
You
10.
got queen, got 2 pairs on the board right now.
Right. So now queens and 9s. Jack kicker is actually. Oh, now he changed it to a queen.
Yeah.
It was a misread. We apologize, folks. We have a misread.
Either that or my eyes are going back.
No, it isn't your eyes. We had a little misread.
I thought I swore. I thought I saw Jack.
Sometimes. Yeah, I know. First it was showing queen, 9-9, but
All right. So Dina bet 300. Kit calls. We're going to the river.
yeah, our apologies.
And there is the 8. So queens and 10s.
Taking it down.
Let's see. Can Dina represent the queen, though?
500.
Would you want to at this stage?
500.
A lot of money to try to represent at the tournament.
Call. You just show me what you got. She called. Verbal's binding.
Is it bet and a call?
It is a bet and a call.
Can you flip that over for me? No. So yeah, 20 yellow chips.
Showing that jacket. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I think it was a misread, David. Sometimes when cards aren't put exactly the box, it can be a misread.
And it is a mystery because it looks like Dita's given the
So like I said, when we first saw it, we were showing...
Yeah, it bounced back and forth.
Exactly. We were showing 2 pair on the board, but that was not the case. It was queen, 9, 10 on the turn.
Well, you got Kathleen dealing. She knows she's doing it right, so the pot's going the right way.
Kathleen and Mike.
Yep.
Kathleen and Mike, I mean, these two are top notch. Not only is she gorgeous, and is he gorgeous, they are both fantastic.
They're the dynamic duo.
Mike and Kathleen just doesn't get any better.
So like I said, if you want to be part of this action, you can either come here and play at the Kennel Club, at PBKC, right here, 1111 Congress Avenue, right just north of the Palm Beach International Airport. You can all check us out at pbkennelclub.com.
So it's 100.
If you don't think you're wanting to risk a whole lot of money, then join us at No Limit Pub Poker, NPPTpoker.com. Like I said, any night of the week, we've got 6 to a dozen different locations throughout Palm Beach County. We're in Broward, we're in Martin County, we're in Orlando, we're in Jacksonville, we're all over the state of Florida. We're in New York, Staten Island, and Long Island. We're just outside of Denver and Colorado.
Hey, you know what? Guys, come and see us. We've got tournaments scheduled 7 days a week.
Yep.
Get all that information again on our website. Here we go.
We got it all in.
All right.
That looks like it could be over. That is it.
Well, these two.
From 3 chips to a winner. Oh, that is amazing run for Dina. I'm shocked, stunned, and overjoyed. Nancy, thank you so very much.
I'll be back.
I know you will be. Oh, well, congratulations to both Kit and Dina. They're both getting $1,000 voucher towards the Bar Poker Opens. We've got. They'll be here in a minute. Oh, we're gonna actually do it now. There we go.
Hi.
Hi, Kit.
How you doing?
Good. What an amazing run of hands you got, especially when we saw the 2 hands in a row that you had pocket kings. And we were just like, how much is she going to make on this hand? Who's she taking out on this hand? Pocket kings, 2 hands in a row. You can't ask for a better run than that.
No, I was doing fantastic until there were only 3 of us left. All of a sudden, I started getting crappy cards every time.
But you outlasted Otto. Otto went in 3rd place. He was just folding a lot more than he normally does. He normally plays a much more aggressive game. He was very conservative on this one. But like I said, when you're getting those big cards, you just got to make them work for you.
You do.
Yep. But an amazing run. Congratulations on 2nd. The straight? Oh, that's right. When you flopped the straight and you jammed on it, I think somebody else had min raised or a small raise. Were you worried about the flush draw? I think there was a flush draw out there as well.
No, I wasn't worried about that. I said, you know what? I got to flush right now before anything else happened. And then Dina folded, and I got that.
Yeah. Well, you flopped it. We were just because I think there was a bet out there. We were thinking maybe a little bit of maybe a min raise and then 2.5, maybe 3 times. But the jam and all in, it was just like, you know what? Were you going by the old adage? I'd rather win a small pot than lose a big pot. Take it while you've got it.
Pretty much.
There you go. That's not a bad plan either. Because like I said, you never know. There was 2 spades out there, and if you put somebody on a flush draw, you certainly don't.
I had to go for what I got.
Absolutely, you certainly don't want to see that next spade come out. If you only put out a small bet, because then it kind of handcuffs you a little bit, and it's hard to go from there.
It is.
Well, Kit, again, amazing play. Thank you so much. You did wonderful. And right now we're going to bring in our winner. This is Dina. Dina. I was watching you all night. and I'm impressed. Like I said, you were down to 3 chips. Do you remember what blind level that was at?
Big blinds were 80,000.
Right, and you only had
15.
15. Right, so you didn't even. It's not that you didn't have a big blind left. You didn't even have a small blind left.
No.
And you were all in blind. Didn't even know what you had, and you tripled up on that hand.
Yeah, I think I had quad 6s.
Yeah.
I just got lucky.
Yeah, and of all times to hit quads when you have no money, right? Isn't that always the case?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you hit it. But then, like I said, then you came back and you were all in again, tripled up again, and then I think the next time you went all in, you doubled up on that one. Like I said, you went from 3 chips to having a real healthy stack, all in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a difficult play for me today. I was up and down the whole time. I got really low at that one point.
Yeah.
I thought I was out. I was on the bubble to make the final table and cash in, and I somehow pulled it out. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we've been commenting on it all throughout the tournament here at Final Table. Carl and Nancy and I, we were all saying that from going from 3 chips to heads up, and could she really pull it off? Is this the time? Is this the one that's going to happen? And you certainly did it. You played amazing poker to get from 3 chips to winning the entire thing.
I did.
Congratulations, from
Thank
all of
you
us
so
here
much.
at
I
Palm Beach Kennel
definitely
Club
got lucky.
and all of us at No Limit
Definitely
Club
got
Poker.
lucky.
And luck is part of the game. I think Phil Hellmuth said if it wasn't for luck, you'd win them all. I don't know if he's right on that one or not, but he said that. He said that.
I do play a decent heads-up game, so at the end, when I was left,
Yes.
I was confident that I was going to do okay.
All right, well, we got one more person who wants to give you some congratulations. Going to bring in Carl, owner of No Limit Pub Poker, and he's going to say his big thanks to you as well.
You want it?
Thanks, Dean. Yeah, well, definitely congratulate you.
Thank you so
Awesome
much.
run,
Thank
incredible. For the viewers out there, for the history, or for your kids or great grandkids who may watch this someday, or for other family members, Dina has not only won the main event here today, being 255 players, but she also won the No Limit Open here just a few years back, beating another 200 players. So how does it feel to win 2 huge tournaments here at the Palm Beach Kennel
It
Club?
feels good. It feels good. I didn't come in here expecting to win this today.
And does it give you even more confidence now playing big events in general?
Yeah, I like playing big. I like tournament play.
Awesome. Yeah, me too. I love tournaments.
Yeah,
Way better than cash,
I like
right?
tournament.
I'm the same way. And I got to ask you because we're here in the booth and we have the luxury of seeing your cards and seeing everyone else's cards. So, and you'll see it later when you look at this. But for sure, the majority of your chips were won against Paul Hare. And I'm not sure. I kind of want to get into your head a little bit because you may or may not run hands. One hand, he had made a raise. You happened to wake up with ace jack. That was an obvious push. You were short stacked at the time. You pushed all in. He folded. You ended up taking his chips. Maybe 2 hands later, you were involved in a second hand with him. And then the third time, this was the big one. This is the one that kind of shocked
I
me.
had ace 10.
Exactly. You had ace 10.
And I called him. He went all in and I called
Yeah,
him.
and I kind of want to get into your head a little bit because I thought you might fold there, but I kind of want to just ask you, he made him at that point. You had just built your stack up. You went from the shortest stack of the table, almost a million chips. He had about 1 million chips also. It was basically your tournament life, or would have crippled you. You barely had him covered. He shipped it all in. You tanked for a little bit. I'm just curious what was in your head when you made that call. What did you put him on? What were you thinking at the time?
I didn't put him on anything. I just thought that I came back already once, and I can maybe do it again, and I had the opportunity to take him out. He was the chip lead when we sat down at the table.
Gotcha. So it wasn't so much about your cards as it was that, you know what?
I liked my cards. They were suited.
Right, yeah, I
But-
think it was ace 10 of clubs, if I remember.
Yeah, it was.
Clubs, and you ended up winning with the 10 of clubs at the end, which is somewhat coincidental. Gotcha. Well, so it was not so much about your hand or thinking that he has ace reg or thinking he has a bad hand. It was more about, you know what? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm running good against Paul. Let me see if I win this hand, I can win this tournament. Basically, let me go for it. That was kind of the thought?
I was hoping to knock him out.
Gotcha. And that makes sense. I mean, I feel the same way sometimes. I'm against a certain specific player. I'm like, if I can knock this one person out, I can win this thing.
Well, I was stuck inside of 2 chip leads when we sat down at the table.
Right, between Andre and Paul, yeah.
Right, they were huge, and I had this little tiny stack. So I took the opportunity.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
I got lucky. Again, I got
Incredible.
lucky.
It's all about getting lucky. It was a race.
Because it was a river card that let me win that against Paul.
Yes, correct. It was the ace and the river.
So I got lucky.
And actually, ironically, I think both the other 2 hands against him, you had ace jack, I think both times. And that's why I was surprised, when you called the ace 10, I'm like, you know what? There's been so many ace jacks and ace queens. on that final table. Like, I don't think you're going to call with ace-10. And then you ended up calling. So I was like, wow. I was like, wondering what she's thinking. And I said, maybe it's just the momentum. You're going with the momentum, getting a chance to knock out Paul, take a huge chip lead on the table.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And it worked. So again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, another female no-limit main event champion right here, Dina.
Thanks a lot.
Take care, everybody. Thanks, viewers. Palm Beach Kennel Club. We do all our big events here. We're gonna pass the mic over to Nancy here.
Thank you, guys.
Talk a little bit about the PBK. As you heard earlier, David promoted a lot of upcoming PBK events. I'm going to pass the total mic over here to Nancy to finish up and close
Thank
us
you
out.
so much. Listen, Carl, always a pleasure having you guys here. It was a spectacular event. We've seen a girl that came from the low man on the totem pole to come and make the whole championship, take it down. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you see here. We are all about the action, and we are all here at the Action Palace, without a doubt. That's why we're leaving here, Carl. You just have to move. You have to move yourself in, yeah. We gotta leave this the way it is, so we keep the backdrop right, so you can see how lovely it is out there with the sun setting, which has already gone down.
Nice.
But anyway, as we were talking, once again, these kind of events are spectacular. We have been hosting them for a long time. Hey, you know what? We have our multi-flight coming up. We've been crushing that guarantee. That was originally a 50,000 guarantee we crushed. Went to 100,000 guarantee, and just this last month we went over 225,000. We've been crushing it. So that'll be the first week of next month. And you know what? Hey, we got cash games, we got tournaments, we got events like this. Come and look us up. Get on the website, pbkennelclub.com, and we've been so happy to have you guys. Always happy to host these events. Carl, great job, great event. A shout out going to Jamie, Mike, that did run this tournament today, Donnie, who's running the nighttime tournament. Our dealers, Kathleen and Mike in the box were phenomenal. And our production staff, Sue, Brent, Mike, Cindy, awesome job. We couldn't do it without them.
Yep,
And
job, everybody.
shout out to my debonair David, who sat in here. You guys calling the action. Great job.
And Wayne at Food and Beverage does a great job at all these events every single time.
Wayne
It's us or
is
WPT,
amazing.
no matter who's here.
And that tall Josh, look
Great
at how
job, Josh.
beautiful this looks. So we're hoping we'll be back doing live on Saturday events. This is going to be rectified. We've been struggling with it on the weekends, but we are streaming live on Thursday and Friday. We've got a feature table and a final table for the Friday tournament, and also a final table on Saturday's events. And guys, you want to know something? I want you to come down and visit us. So don't hesitate. Again, all the information is on our website, pbkennelclub.com. And Carl, we're going to have to sign off. Let these people go. Come and see us on our stream on Thursday. Come and visit us 7 days a week. You guys, thank you for joining us. Have a great evening. Carl, great event. And congrats to the winners.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you.
Guys, take care, guys. Bye-bye now.
Since you left us at final table right next to my man, it's mine, right?